US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin have held a 90-minute call to discuss ending the war in Ukraine, with both leaders agreeing to an immediate ceasefire targeting energy infrastructure in Ukraine. While the full details of the ceasefire talks have not been disclosed by the White House, the Russian president has reportedly agreed to temporarily halt attacks on Ukrainian energy facilities. However, he has declined to endorse the full 30-day ceasefire that President Trump had proposed as a step toward a permanent peace deal. Beyond Ukraine, Trump and Putin have also explored strengthening US-Russia relations, highlighting the potential benefits of economic and geopolitical stability. Ukrainian President Zelensky, meanwhile, has stated that Kyiv supports any proposals leading to peace but insists on being included in the negotiations. Zelensky has also confirmed that he did not speak with US President Donald Trump after his call with Putin and was not briefed on the details, appearing frustrated at being excluded from the peace talks.
Ми ж підтримуємо всі кроки щодо закінчення війни. Ми і будемо підтримувати, але для того, щоб щось підтримувати, треба розуміти, що конкретно. Ну, буде час у президента Трампа, він зайнята людина, буде час, він набере будь-який час, у нього є там телефон, немає питання, ми готові, проговоримо з ним наступні кроки.
So US President Donald Trump and Russian President held a 90-minute call to discuss ending the war in Ukraine, with both leaders agreeing to an immediate ceasefire targeting energy infrastructure in Ukraine. Now, the full details of the ceasefire talks have not been disclosed by the White House, but the Russian president has reportedly agreed to temporarily halt attacks on Ukrainian energy facilities. And however, he has declined to endorse the full 30-day ceasefire that President Trump had proposed as a step toward a permanent peace deal. So, limited ceasefire that has been approved and agreed by Putin. He has said that he has agreed to immediate ceasefire targeting energy infrastructure, but he has declined to endorse the full 30-day ceasefire that President Trump had proposed. And my colleague Shinjoy is now joining us with more details on this limited ceasefire deal that has been agreed upon by President Putin. Shinjoy, over to you.
Well, first of all, a limited ceasefire is better than no ceasefire in terms of human casualties. And let's not forget that hundreds and hundreds of people, over 100,000 people, have been killed in the fighting. That's a lot of people over 3 years. Secondly, there are some positives that have emanated that no one can have problems with. One, as you said, no targeting of infrastructure, no targeting of power plants, that kind of thing. That's a positive. Secondly, the fact that 175 prisoners, Ukrainian prisoners, are being returned by Russia, and 175 Russian prisoners are being returned by Ukraine. That's a positive thing. The second thing, of course, is there are 23 Ukrainians soldiers who were badly injured in Russian hospitals. They are being returned as well. So now that's another positive. So these are positives that have emanated. But one question remains. The fighting really was about territory. And currently, about 20% of Ukrainian territory is being held by Russia. That's something that has to be kept in mind. Now, if there is a ceasefire, even whether it's for 30 days or a permanent one, then the border will become a kind of LOC, like India and Pakistan. Also, this business about Crimea, which the Russians took in 2014. Now, this is something that is Ukraine says is his. The Russian says the Crimea is Russian. That's something that will have to be worked out as well.
Yeah. Absolutely, Shinjoy. Thank you for getting us those details and that context.